Hello, good morning, and welcome to episode 37 of Nebula Quest. I am Noden, your host, as always. So, good news, bad news. Well, I shouldn't say good news, bad news. It's more like good news, I lied news. So the lied news is I didn't explore these things off camera. I meant to, didn't get around to it. Actually, I was going to do it before I recorded this, but then a bunch of stuff happened, and then I was like really tired yesterday, so I couldn't record it. So now again, it's the night before, and then there was like an outage, like they were resetting servers, and then I had to like download a patch. And the point is, I didn't have time to muck about in space like I wanted to have time to muck about in space. So I'm here, we're chatting, we're gonna go exploring. We're doing some traveling. We're 200 light seconds away, which is cool, and you know we're gonna go look at some stuff. All right, let's do it. Actually, speaking of light seconds, I finally have gone through and added to my fancy piece of paper that has all the sizes of the planets. I also wrote their semi-major axi. In light seconds. So basically, they're approximately like the average of what their orbit is to the sun in light seconds, so that we have a bit of an idea of how far things are. So you know, we have things like Mercury being the closest planet to the sun is only 193 light seconds from the sun. Now, I'm going to take that to mean from the center of the sun, because it should be. But, you know, whatever. And then, technically it's from the center of the sun's orbit, but let's not get too technical. And then, like, what else we got? Uranus is pretty far. Neptune's real far. That's at, 15,000-ish light seconds, so a good little ways. But, so that when we're looking at these things and it's like, oh, it's 30,000 light seconds away, we can go, oh, that's like twice the size, like twice the distance between the Sun and Neptune, which is the farthest planet. I don't actually know what the size, I should have looked up what the size of our solar system is. Like, just from one end to the other or something, just so we can get like an approximation of that, and then we can do the math and divide. I want to take a look at you, you big marble. You just look like a big brownish blue marble. Blue-brown. Maybe you got some green. You got some continents. Actually, you look alright. You look like a proper fun planet. Alright, next please. Lock destination. Ooh, we can go look at some rocks. Alright, so while we go look at some rocks, let us quickly get our favorite co-pilot running here. Alright, and we will... What is the size of the solar system? Checking.
The answer is 79 to 100 astronomical units.
Perfect. Or 1.6 times 10 to the 10 kilometers. That is... That's at 100. Okay, this is taking some time. Why is this taking so much time? So let's bring up a calculator. Let's get somewhere I have a calculator, I'm sure. There we go. This is still taking a long time. I really need an autopilot for this sort of thing. What did I say one time? 1.6 E10 equals... That did not do what I wanted it to do. 1.6. There we go. And then my rough conversion. Okay, we're not slowing down nowhere near fast enough here. Let's do some of this stuff. Thank you. And then our rough conversion is 299,792 kilometers in a light second. Is 53,000 light seconds as the size of the solar system. Yeah, that makes sense. I want to say that makes sense. What do I do with that pen? Now I'm guessing that's like from one edge to the other, right? If we were going to guess. I don't know what I do with my pen, but I'm going to try this one. 53,53375. Close enough. Alright, have we discovered this thing? Okay, I think we have. Alright. So the point is, we've done some math, and we've done some calculations. I've done some calculations, and we have now discovered the size of the universe. No, we haven't. But, yeah, so that's interesting information. Now we have comparative information, and that's important for us in our exploration to be able to know where we came from, so to know what it is exactly we are looking at. Why? I wonder.
Fuel scooping.
Cool. Where is it? Did I not lock it? Would you lock, please? Let's see if we can do this while fueling. What do you think? It's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Please scan faster. Please scan faster. Nope. Nope, can't do it.
Warning.
Yep, taking damage. Yep. I'm
Fuel
really
scoop disengaged.
curious as to what happens when we fall below 90% hull integrity, because we're already getting like systems going off and on and offline, and I'm having a bad time. Oh, I'll tell you what's not a bad time though. Talking about segues is something that has been taking over my entire life. Not taking over my life, but something that I have been spending a lot of time doing that I was not expecting. And I've talked about this a little bit before, but now I'm going to talk about it at length, in detail, but not detail, just like, hey, let's talk. You know what? Let's just shut up and talk about it. So, as we know, because I have talked about it recently, and talking about things is always really interesting, I've started to watch some anime. I wanted to give the anime a chance, because in my head it was always like one thing, and I just kind of dismissed it out of hand, and then more recently I kind of went like, you know, it's kind of unfair on the genre of things, but also because, I mean, I like science fiction. I like kind of like action-y hero movies sometimes. I like all kinds of stuff, like, and anime is very broad and diverse media, really. It's its own sort of like, I don't even know what it's because it's cartoons, right? But it's like, imagine all the things that all the cartoons made in America, whether they be like your Looney Tunes, or whether they be like your Batman Adventures, or whether they be like that stupid like lamp thing that Pixar did, or like any of those, like all the cartoons ever made in America. You would never say, I don't like, I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. You might say, I don't like cartoons. You might be like, I'm too adult for cartoons. I don't watch them moving pictures somebody drew with their hand computers. You might say that, but for the most part, I mean, I think most people can think of a cartoon or something similar to a cartoon. Most people can think of a cartoon that they like. And that's it. I mean, it's just, you're just watching cartoons, but these are like cartoons that are geared for adults, or cartoons that are geared for children, or somewhere in between. They're all, it's all it is. It's like a nation's catalog of cartoons, which is exactly as daunting to me as it sounds. Because I'm super prepared and smart, I'm like, I'm gonna watch me some anime, and I'm like, I'm gonna talk to some people I know watch anime and get some suggestions, because there's so much of it out there. And like, how do you find what to watch? What do you like, if you've never watched any of it before? Like, if you've never watched a cartoon, how would you know that, like, I don't know, Animaniacs was, you know, good? And like, how would you know that from that, Pinky and the Brain, arguably one of the best cartoons ever created, you know, would ever like even exist? I mean, you would never know that. It's like subculture on subculture on subculture. Anime is exactly the same thing, except for with massive branding opportunities. No, I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so I started watching some anime. So I got some suggestions from some trusted sources, my sister being one of them, one of the big ones actually, and then I also, ran out on my own, like, and I started watching stuff that, like, was related to things that I knew already. So, in my history of watching things, I'd watched The Ghost in the Shell. So I watched, there was a lot of sort of like Ghost in the Shell, like prequels, sequels, all kinds of stuff in there. So I watched some of those that were handy on Netflix, I think, and then I watched on Netflix, they have their original series, which is Knights of Sidonia, which was fantastic. I really loved that. Got really engaged with it, and then I took a suggestion from my sister and started watching Hunter x Hunter, which is different than either of those things. It's much more like the kid anime that when you think of anime with the funny faces and like everything, like it's exactly like that, and like the yelling and crazy, like the crazy long theme songs and all that stuff, and I fucking love it. I love it so much. It is. I haven't been like this emotionally invested in a show in a long time. Like, I wouldn't say it's the same as, but I would say it's probably like just about. Oh, I don't even know what to compare. I don't know. It's certainly probably I think I'm as invested in this, emotionally invested in this, as I was in like the new Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, that's probably pretty close. Like, I'm as excited to see what happens in this series as I was when I was watching Battlestar Galactica for the first time, which was not in its first run because I come to everything very late because I am not in the heat of the moment. I'm definitely I'll watch it like in a million years from now when nobody else even remembers it. That's when I'll watch it. So I've been watching Hunter x Hunter, and I love it so much, and it's
Frameshift drive charging.
everything that you kind of expect anime to be, and I'm totally in it because it's the story. One of the downsides of it is that, I shouldn't say downsides, one of the
4, 3, 2, 1.
sides of it is that it's not dubbed, it's all subtitled. Now, I don't mind watching subtitled things. I don't mind it. The problem with it is that it means that I actually physically have to watch the screen. Alright, let's get some fuel here. And so I can't like I can't have it on my second monitor, right, which is right there, and continue to do things. It's one or the other. So it's just taking over my life right now because I'm like all the free time I have is pretty much invested in anime right now, watching Hunter x Hunter, and I don't know where I'm at right now. It's hard to tell because they've got some of it on Netflix. I don't know if they have all of it on Netflix. Man, I've got I got the 14-day free trial or whatever it is on Crunchyroll so that I can finish watching it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, and I'm just really enjoying it. But it's strange though because it is like it's. Again, and it's also one of those things like, because there are things on YouTube that I want to watch, like, there are times, or just in general, so, like, even like, Game of Thrones, for instance, right now, that's something that you really want to watch. It's not something that you want to, like, kind of be doing while, like, watching, in air quotes, while you're, like, working on other stuff. I mean, it's something that you want to pay attention to, you want to hear the lines, but you want to like see the grittiness, and you want to see like Arya like learning to become a cool assassin person or whatever it is that those people do, and yeah, man, like so it's a kind of a different so, and there's things on YouTube that are like that for me as well. Like, what's something right now that I'm watching like that? Oh, so on, it's the on Bruce Williker's, Old Man Williker's, what is it? His actual thing called? I think it's just Bruce Williker's. But oh, there's little bars there now. Look at that, progress bars. How about that? I always want, I didn't. Were those always there, or was that something new? I think that's something new. I'm pretty sure that's new. Did I do one of these? I don't think so. No, apparently not. Boop, boop. Yeah, so most of the things that he puts out I really enjoy. Specifically right now, they're doing, every week, he and his group of friends, colleagues, talent, known as the Buffalo Wizards, are creating a show that they live stream and then later put up on YouTube in sort of a episodic thing throughout the week, and it is called Unforgotten Realms Live. Specifically because the Old Man Willikers, Robert Moran, had created this video series a number of years ago called Unforgotten Realms, and this is not related to it in anything other than name and possibly universe. I think they said actually it's a different like universe, but whatever. The point is that it's just sort of that. So it's four guys, for the most part, sitting around playing D&D and role-playing. They've done a lot of really great work to make it super entertaining. These guys are really funny, and despite the fact that most of the time you're kind of looking at like a game board in, I think it's Tabletop Simulator, despite the fact that most of the time you're doing that, it's really fun to just watch, and especially when they start role-playing, they've got these little puppets through this, that they use to animate live their role-playing. They created this whole puppeteering program so they could do this live in their live streams on Twitch, and it's really, really funny, and that's one of the things that's on YouTube right now. It's like when that pops up, I'm like, okay, I know I'm gonna watch this today, and I'm gonna watch it. It's not one of those things that's gonna be on a second screen. I'm gonna sit for 45 minutes. I'm gonna watch this thing. I've been watching so much anime and stuff from and these Unforgotten Realms Live and a bunch of Dodgers stuff, because I just really enjoy the comedy stylings of Dexterity Bonus. I haven't actually watched the last episode of Game of Thrones yet. It's what the point I'm trying to get to. My brain just kind of detached itself slightly there. But I've been, that's it. I've been like going to work, going to the gym, watching anime, trying to stay caught up with 2 YouTubers, and all my time is gone. I was talking with Pat the other day. I haven't talked to Pat in, I talked to Pat today or yesterday, for the first time in ages, because I haven't been playing games. I haven't been logged in onto Steam except when I need to record, and all my recording is happening last minute stuff, most of it, because I'm just so engrossed in everything, and it's just really, and then plus it's summertime now, so there's social engagement, social things going on, and your presence has been requested by the principal, by your friends, and so I gotta go do things now and again, and outside, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Is that everything? Let's do one of these guys real quick. All nice and topped up on fuel. Every time I get super worried about fuel, and then we find fuel. I think if I worried less about fuel and more on just having fun, I would be in a better place emotionally. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's kick this pig.
Frameshift drive charging.
But And I should say also, though, I mean, I'm not playing really any games except for those that I'm recording. I'm actually really, I'm not going to say for the first time, but I am so happy with the games that I'm recording right now. And I'm enjoying each of them, like, completely different as they are. And I'm loving all of it, and I'm really enjoying the whole process, like every part of the process. Like, none of it feels like forced or, oh, that guy is big and bright, isn't he? He's just a big, bright, brighty boy. Yes. Let's do one of these guys. Wow. I bet you've got a cousin. Maybe a sibling. Let's just point at this thing and blind ourselves temporarily. But yeah, I'm really happy with them, and I'm having so much fun playing the games and recording the games. And it's just a red dwarf. Man, just a big red dwarf, or is it just me? I feel like there's something else here. Whoa, like these twins over here. I feel like told you I felt like you had some siblings. I wonder if this is like these two stars are in an orbit around each other around this guy, because they look pretty small. Like, there could be a couple of brown dwarves that are in a binary coupling around this dude, and then they're kind of on that angle, right? Like, they're on this angle right there, so they could have their own little fun orbit. Though I should say, like, most of these, like the one on the left seems to be a little bit larger too. You don't see many like binary things that look like they're, I guess maybe they're, and maybe my ideals of like a binary star system are pretty like wrong, because I kind of think of like two like equally massed objects kind of like just like circling each other like perfectly all the time, which is obviously going to be super rare and never happen, or nearly never, but it's still how I envision it, and you can't take that away from me. Alright, so let's see if we can get either of these puppies to move. I still feel like those are my guys. I'm trying to watch this one on the bottom, actually. I can't really tell if he's moving or not. I still feel like he's my guy. I also feel like he's a ways away. I feel this is going to be one of those like trips out, and when we get there, it'll be time to end the episode. I mean, it's time to end the episode now, but we got these twins. We're heading to Twins, guys. We're going to Twins. We're going to check them out. They're having a threesome right now with that red dwarf behind us, and that's some kinky porn that we all want to watch. Yes. I have no idea what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, but having a lot of fun. Not what I was talking about, recording stuff. Having a lot of fun recording it, and I don't need to play other games. Like, I'm not like, none of the other games that I kind of have or have been playing am I really like desperate to kind of play, and which is good, because time constraints. But man, yeah. But at the same time, like, I mean, I want to, I'd love to play a game with Pat, sometime soon. But I don't know what we're gonna play or when we're gonna play it. Hopefully soon, maybe in the next couple of days. I got a couple of days off coming up, so that should be good. Hopefully, I gotta get some recording done. Hopefully, get some recording done for next week. Actually, I think I'm mostly caught up. I need to record Sunday's Nebula Quest. Other than that, I have enough to get through the week. Anyways, be nice to kind of get a kickstart on next week, so it's not last minute. I should probably do that. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe the day after. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Friday, during the day Friday. Sounds good. It's a date. We'll meet up on Friday, right back here. We'll do some recording. We'll have a good time. We'll bring our sexy voice. I know how much you like the sexy voice, and we'll have some fun. We'll play some What will we play? We'll play some Sherlock Holmes. We'll do some Nebula Quest. We'll do, which is Elite Dangerous. I got a new visual novel to play, which you'll just have to find out what that is. I'm excited to do that one. Also, holy shit, those visual novels, like certainly, so we just finished up, or Saturday, I should say, this is a spoiler alert, finishes up, Invisible Apartment Zero. It's coming to an end, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm really kind of like, same with Invisible Apartment. It's like as soon as the story starts like kind of evolving and like, oh, we're gonna do something, it's like, okay, end of the story, and you're just sort of like, what? I was watching that. So I don't know. We'll see. But yes, there's a new visual novel coming, which is going to be pretty fun, I think. I have literally not opened it yet, but we'll find out shortly if that's any good. And, oh, okay, fuck off. Look how pretty that is. Wow. You know what? Like, the graphics in this game aren't, oh my god. But that's pretty breathtaking. I mean, that's so fucking cool. And I see this thing, like, we've been flying here for a while towards the Horsehead Nebula. We're still quite a ways away. It's still so cool looking. I love every bit of this thing. Alright, how are we doing on... Okay, let's do one of these. We can see how close we're getting based on star movement. Still pretty far. Okay, let's do it. We're going to do a cut and come back. Alright, cut and come back. Alright, so we have come, and guys, you ain't gonna believe this. This is some crazy stuff. So we got 1, 2 stars right here doing their little orbity thing. Pretty cool. And that's that second cousin that we saw. So that's actually twins orbiting each other here. These two are orbiting with that guy in a nice little system. And then those two systems are orbiting this guy back here, 425,000 light seconds away. It's a bit of a ways, you know? It's more than 1 or 2 ways. So actually, how far is that? 425. Let's do this real quick. 425 is close enough for me. 1,000 divided by, what is it? 86, 400, something like that. 4.9, 5 days. Let's call it. It's a light working week is what it is. That's 5 light days between. And and there's look at that, planets. Look, we got planets too. So, yes. So next time, after we discover this guy, little brown dwarf, we will be coming back and we will be exploring these. And yeah, because we got this stuff here, and we got that guy up over there to look at. We got that little pink, like, blob over there to look at. We got so many things, cool, fun things to explore. And we will do it all next time on Nebula Quest. So until then, I love you. Choppa, choppa, choppa. Ow, good night.